This episode of SESSLER'S Something is brought to you by this slippery slope. Come on down! Hello everyone, I'm back from New York. Thanks for checking out our PlayStation 4 announcement coverage. And if you haven't checked it out, well, be a cool kid and go check it out. Anyway, enough of me flogging my wares. So I'm not going to talk about the PS4. I'm kind of exhausted. I need a week off. What I want to talk about is something that's always an interesting point of discussion about games, and it has to do with the sense of length. As I've said before, and I'll just reiterate it now, I do not subscribe to the idea that when you're evaluating a game, you're evaluating it as a product. I think that the notion of the price and what you're getting for it, I understand many of you guys out there, that's something that matters. You have $60, you want to know how to spend it correctly. But in terms of trying to have a critical discussion about video games, when you reduce a game to a product, you really do reduce it as what I think it is, which is a product of art, a product of culture. So with that said, that's not to say that games can't be too short. I know this came up with Max's evaluation of Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, and it really came back in my mind. Shortness as a negative is, in my mind, when things feel lacking. And I've felt that with certain games where I play it, it's not that, oh, I only spent 5 hours on it. It's that sense that, that was good, but it didn't feel complete. There is, I think, now an established sense of, if not narrative arc to a game, but just that sense of gameplay arc. That, you have a sense of evolution, you have a sense of growth, and how you're tested with the challenges that happen in the game. Alternately, I think this is actually more of an issue with video games. I think there's very few out there that are somehow too short. I think there's a lot of games that are just too long. They just have so much content. It's a more interesting philosophical matter because if there's a lot of stuff that's optional in a game, you don't have to do it. But I'm definitely of that disposition that if I see things on my map in like an open world game that I'm supposed to attend to and I'm not, it feels like I'm being messy. And I need to clean things up and put them away, which is really funny if you know how much my wife has to pick up after me. But there are games that almost have that sense of filler, and I think it impacts on the game, and that it loses its essence, its sense of strength of keeping you compelled and inside the narrative by sort of selling you on the idea that, oh my God, you have so many things to do. How could this be bad? And yeah, I'm of the mind that it is bad. If you go back to shooters, when I first started out in like PC gaming, so many games were unique to the PC. You'd have these shooters, even a game like Half-Life, which I love, it's too long. It just kind of loses its purpose. It's making its case for why you're supposed to be there, devoting all this time to it. There's something very elegant in being able to tell a story and give an experience over 10 to 12 hours. Like I said, I know for some of you out there, if you're only going to spend $60 on 2 or 3 games a year, you want to get a lot of bang for your buck. But at the end of the day, I don't think that there's that sense of satisfaction, something that's really, really memorable. I think all games have their innate correct length, and a lot of them do hit it. But other ones, I don't know, when they're too short or when they're too long, it just doesn't feel like you were ever really there, or you can't remember what occurred. So let's see, I'm going to answer a question from Twitter this week. Let's see, it's from a gentleman named Max Scoville. He says, Adam Sessler, in your next SESSLER'S Something, can you ask your fans to stop commenting angrily when our videos don't feature you? Thanks, Max. Really appreciate that. No, in all seriousness, I have seen this a lot. People are like, oh, I wish Adam was doing this. And in some of my reviews and my videos, it's like, I would rather see Tara doing this. Sometimes they even say we'd rather see Max doing this. Thing is, we all work together. They work with me, they kind of work for me. And this really is, if it's not like Max's review isn't necessarily my opinion, but I'm there, we're working on those opinions together, talking it out, and I completely stand by everything they say. Also, on a fairly practical level, there's so many games that are coming out, especially right now. I'm trying to keep pace with everything that's being released, and really I can only focus on the games that fit into my schedule that I'm going to be doing the actual review on. On that note, I guess I'm going to promote an upcoming show that I'm really looking forward to called Spoiled Games. It's going to have me, someone from Rev3 Games, and someone from an outside editorial outlet, all of whom have played a game to completion. We're going to have a nice, sober-minded discussion so you can see that there are rounded and alternate opinions in this very boisterous world of video game criticism.